Smash your Zepbound weight stall with calorie tracking. No, I promise this video is not 1990s calories in, calories out. Hi, beautiful friends. I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping, and I have lost over 100 pounds the last almost 2 years on GLP-1 medication with Mounjaro and Zepbound and Tirzepatide, and I've lost that combination of those medications because of the different shortages. And on today's episode, I have got a ton of information on Zepbound portion sizes to help if you are in a weight stall or you're still trying to figure out the bearings with Zepbound weight loss. But first, I have to share this. I have to be honest with myself. I'm going to talk about this at the end, so stay to the end, about this sweatshirt. It is an extra, extra large. I'm now in a size large. And stay till the end, I'm gonna go deep dive into why this is important. It's for you OGs, you wanna want to stay till the end to hear more about that information. There's a whole interesting thing with it. Okay, let's dive in. So we have different camps of calorie tracking, and I'm talking about this from my own experience, strength, and hope of having lost 100 pounds. I'm not a healthcare provider. I'm not a dietitian. I'll tell you all the things I'm not because I'm super clear as to who I am and what I am and what I'm not. I'm not any of those things. This is simply my journey of somebody who's been morbidly obese and having had success and watching through my free encouragement group thousands and thousands and thousands of other counts and countesses who've had success too, and identifying some of the pattern recognition of what's worked well for them and also for myself. So with that lens in which we're doing today's video, that's what I'm going to speak on, is calorie tracking. Y'all, that used to trigger the out of me. It does not anymore. I actually welcome it. I'm like, bring it on, honey buns. And I've shared this before and I'll share it again. For me, I literally had to go see a therapist to work through some of this excess baggage. For me, one does not get 100 pounds overweight without having an unhealthy relationship with food. And detangling that unhealthy relationship with food has taken me a hot second. And so if it's triggering you right now for me saying calorie tracking or portion sizes or things like that, that is a little extra gift and goodie for you to work on this next week or weeks or months. That was the nugget I got as a beautiful Christmas gift wrapped up to work on. Was it triggered me so I wouldn't do it. And so I want to help you in today's video of figuring out how to do this. Now, before we dive into calorie tracking or portion size for my own weight stall, which you can go back in my YouTube videos, you can see over and over and over for months and months and months, I was at a dramatic weight stall. It was so dang frustrating. And so to be past that now, I'm kind of on this new level. I've had to calorie track. But I'm not going to do it for the rest of my life, I don't think. And so here's why there's a lot of good news with this. But I want you to put yourself in one of these three camps of, are you eating too small of portions with your Zepbound weight loss? Meaning maybe you just started or maybe you just titrated up and it's too small of portions. We're going to be like Goldilocks here. Are you having normal hunger and appetite suppression and you're eating like a normal amount? Or are you hungry, hungry? I used to use the game Hungry, Hungry Hippo. So I'm not calling myself a hippo. I'm saying that's the game I used to play and loved as a little girl. Y'all, I'm a Hungry, Hungry Hippo, the game, not me calling myself a hippo. I have been that recently with Zepbound 15 milligrams. And so that's what I'm going to speak on, but I'm going to kind of go through each one of these tiers. So whatever camp you're in, here's kind of what has worked, because I've been in all three. I've been in all three, honey. When I do calorie tracking, for me and portion size tracking, I do it to give myself an accurate representation. It then becomes a mathematical equation and it's not emotional. Because y'all, honey, there's emotions with food. For me, it is an emotional thing that I've had to untangle to make it not emotional and to make it simply but an equation of a math equation. And so you can track, and that's the first thing, is figuring out what camp you're in, because then you're going to need a tracking mechanism with one of those camps. Normal, eating not enough, or eating too much, like you're hungry, or either you're eating too much within that, or you're just really, really hungry with it. And I have recently been really, really hungry as going through, but I've been in all those different camps. So tracking with Weight Watchers app. I don't do Weight Watchers anymore though, since they didn't have me on their show and were really mean about it. Because I'm a very mature 42-year-old apparently. I love you, Weight Watchers. My feelings were just hurt. That feeling, it comes from a place of hurt. But you could use Weight Watchers. My Fitness Pal is free if you're wanting some free options. Lose It, Chrometer. I simply use a calculator. And so what has worked really well for me is I was like, I don't want to pay for anything. I don't want to use my Fitness Pal. I don't want an app. I just want to track it in a different way. And so what I do is literally I Google portion sizes of like, okay, I'm going to have a cup of grapes. How many calories is that? how much protein's in that. And then I've now recently been tracking more fiber, but I feel like that's level 157 on the game, like a Nintendo game, you know how you get to the different levels. That's taken me months and months of this tracking thing to get to the fiber component of it, but literally calories and protein, because it's simply a matter of a math equation of a calorie deficit to lose weight. Now, I have been using, well, we're going to come back to real fast, rabbit hole. I have been tracking and testing for you guys. I bought it with my own money, the Google Pixel Watch and then my Oura Ring to see which one's better. And then also the Fitbit 4, the count has been tracking for me because I didn't want to wear, I don't want to wear 2 watches. I felt like that was weird. And I love my Pixel Watch, but y'all, for the price point on it, we have found the Fitbit 4, and I'll link these down in the description link below, as is all my free resources. I got a ton of free resources. And the Oura Ring too. It's on Amazon as an option as well. I'm finding I really do, the Fitbit 4 has been awesome for the count. And so this, I have to charge every single day, the Fitbit, the Google Pixel. And so in terms of tracking my calories for that math equation of calories in, calories out, it is very helpful to pop on here or in my Oura Ring or for my hot husband, his Fitbit 4, how many calories I've burned. Because then it becomes a math equation with the weight stall part of how many calories I've burned versus how many calories I've ingested for that day. And not all calories are equal, which is some foods are more filling than others, which is the protein focus with this. But so a couple of things on the calorie tracking, if you're hungry, if it's too small of portions, if it's normal portions, is timing of this. Maybe you don't have time to do all this. And so that's where some other hacks may come in of where you pre-make meals and then you already pre-calculate all that. That could be an option for you if time is an issue. Which is why I love Territory Food Meal Delivery. They're GLP-1 focused because they have on there like higher protein and vegetables. I'll link that down below. You can use the discount code QUEEN. This video is not sponsored by them. I just really like their pre-portioned, and it's fresh. It's made fresh. It's not frozen. It's fresh meats, lean meats, and vegetables. I love it, and it tastes really, really good. We had, the count had a curry chicken with green beans and sweet mashed potatoes. We almost literally, our family almost wrestled through a thumb war to get that one. I was like, oh, we're reordering that one. It was really, really good, the curry one. Anyways, tracking the accuracy, like what is most important for you with this calorie tracking thing? Is it accuracy? Is it convenience? Is it cost? Is it support? Maybe the tracking thing is having support. You need a dietitian hand-holding and walking you through. Well, Join Fridays has, which by the way, Join Fridays, my healthcare, they're my telehealth. They're running this huge compound sale right now. Huge, huge. They don't run sales, not like this, for compounds. I'll link it down in the description link below. Use the discount code QUEEN. Huge sale going on right now with that. So I digress. But support within Join Fridays, they have group coaching with a dietitian included in your subscription. So just FYI on that, like, it's twice a week too, and she has her master's degree in nutrition, so it's good stuff. What is most important for you with this calorie tracking part? And so for me, it was, I want it obviously to be accurate, but I don't have a lot of time, and I'm short, and I don't know if this resonates with you guys too, of like, I'm a busy wife, I'm a busy mom, I'm a serial entrepreneur, I'm getting ready to go on an airplane to go to Vegas for our meet and greet. I cannot wait to meet all of you counts and countesses in Vegas. I'm so excited. And so time is an issue for me, which is why this whole Google using my calculator thing came to pass, because it's really simple. I don't have to log into anything. There are some ones that you can take just a picture of it, and it will then come up with your total calories and things like that of what you want to track. For me, calories and protein has been the best thing to try. Like, I don't really need all that other stuff. Maybe you want that. This is where thine own self be true, you do you. But finding along the way with these, is it time or support? And so I have worked with a dietitian. There was a season for that for me to learn. And then I feel like that season's now, I don't need that season and hand-holding the way that I did. So maybe you do need that season of having and going with Join Fridays with their subscription. That may be a great option for you, particularly with the sale going on. Or maybe you're in the season like I am, was like, I just need to execute. I don't need a dietitian hand-holding. I need to just do it. Just be Nike. I need to Nike zone in on this. So when I'm hungrier, listening to my body has been key on this. That I'm like, why am I so dang hungry? Well, part of it, maybe it's day 6 and 7, that I'm having that half-life dose that it's coming down, and I'm naturally going to have more appetite than on day 2 or 3 of taking my injection. That could be it. Am I near my cycle with my hormones? And my hormones is that it? Am I under a tremendous amount of stress? Am I not sleeping well? Like there's a gamut of things of where sometimes I've internalized, what's wrong with me? No, we don't go there here at Countess of Shopping. Nothing is wrong with you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You were made amazing. You are pearl bought at a great price. No, nothing's wrong with you. But I mean, make sure you have a blood panel to back that up. Maybe something is, but not really. I'm half joking in that. That's why making sure put on your big girl panties or your big boy pantaloons, boxers, whatever. Jeez. Gone down a rabbit hole I would like to get back, and I'm not going to edit that out because I don't have time to edit this video. What was I talking about? Going back down, knowing with your blood panels are good. Is that part of this too, right? Like having that accurate data with your blood panels, make sure you've done that. So listening to your body. For me, increasing my workouts changed the calorie tracking for me because I was working out more. I can see on my watch how many calories I've burned today. I can go into my order ring and then look on my app on my phone and see how many calories I've burned today. I'm tracking both of them. It's fascinating, by the way. To listen to my body of like, I burned a ton of calories. No wonder I'm hungry. I've already walked 2 miles. I'm going to go walk 2 miles after this. Wilma Jean is out there barking her head off like, Mom, where's my walk? Walking that much and weight training for me makes me hungrier. And I didn't realize it would be this much hungrier, which is interesting to me because I'm listening to my body. And so with your calorie tracking, maybe that's one of the lessons as part of this. There's different new levels of this that you're trying to figure out and learn. And for me, this absolutely has been my favorite proteins that I really do love to have is Clean Simple Eats. I love their proteins. I love Bioptimizers, their protein shakes. Having protein supplements for me has been very helpful because I can see on the back of the packaging how many calories it is. I can see how much protein it is. And I immediately, now I have it like memorized. You know what I mean? Built protein bars. I'll link all of these down in the description link below. For Bioptimizers, there's a discount code QUEEN. For Clean Simple Eats, the discount code's QUEEN. Built bars, I think they gave me a discount code QUEEN. I'll link it down below. I got to look in my inbox because I was asking. I was like, I need a discount for my counts and countesses because I'm really loving their bars, Barbell bars, Barbell. BioCare, I love the BioCare snacks. So sometimes I'm eating fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, but having something that is pre-portioned to tell me how much it is helpful. Same thing with carrots, salads, chicken, lean meats, lean protein, fresh foods. I eat a ton of fresh food, but that's why I love the territory meals because it's not all this math equation with it. They've told me on the box how much the vegetables, for example, the curry dish we had, how much the curry protein, the vegetables, and then the sweet potato mash, which were chef's kiss good. The count won that thumb war to get that meal, and it was so good. But it tells you how much on the label, the nutrition label, but it's fresh fruits and vegetable or fresh food. If you're trying to have more fresh food, for example, Chipotle, you can go into their app and easily, I have it saved how much my bowl, how many calories and protein it is. And I eat half of it, and then I can it's a simple math equation. So there's these little hacks of where I do tend to eat a lot of the same things over and over the course of a month that you can start then pulling in to make your calorie tracking easier if time is your issue, which is mine. So I'm always trying to find these like time hacks. Next, if you are going back over here eating not enough food, you're like, I'm not hungry. I'm at a weight stall or whatever, like this video is on the weight stall component of it. But if you're not eating enough food or that is your concern, you're like, for me, I don't mind. Here's one of my secrets. This is just for me. Again, I'm not a healthcare provider. I'm not a dietitian. I don't mind not hitting my calorie goals sometimes each week. In fact, I kind of welcome it for myself. It's not every day. If it was every day, I would talk to my healthcare immediately. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. People are like, oh, it's been for weeks. I'm like, weeks? Like, I don't know. I feel like you should have a good relationship with your healthcare provider to have this conversation. That for me is like, red flag, red flag. So make sure if you're not eating enough, your healthcare provider needs to know that because they shouldn't be titrating you up probably from somebody who does not have a medical degree. So from my armchair sidelines, they shouldn't be titrating you up probably if you're not eating enough. If that's over a course, over and over and over and over. It also leads to, for me, having had pockets of this, tremendous loose skin. And it like whacked, my body was like, so slow and steady wins the race. I'd rather eat just normal portions, relatively speaking. And so that's where, if you're not eating enough, if it's not just for like a day or two, but it's like weeks and weeks and weeks, you really need to have a conversation with your healthcare provider, because that's also going to influence your titration schedule probably and your dose, like your Zepbound dose, or if you're on Mounjaro or Tirzepatide compound, or even semaglutide and WEGOVY. Going back over, the hungry part for me was working out. That was one of the reasons why I've gotten so hungry with that, which is thus protein, which is, I just talked about all those protein things. It's because I'm testing, finding proteins I love. I have a collagen drink. I love it's from Clean Simple Eats. I love putting it in my unsweet iced tea. In the morning, I didn't bring it in the studio again, but I love filling out my 40-ounce tumbler thrice. I use a third of the element stick, 1, 2, 3. That keeps me full until lunchtime, which is right after this video. And then I'm gonna go have a big old portion of, I got extra hamburger from last night's dinner, and I'm gonna go ahead and have some carrots. So it's, for me, protein, nutrient dense food, meaning like a vegetable or a fruit or something like that with the protein. And that's gonna keep me set. Then after that, I'm gonna have a Built bar or some sort of protein bar for dessert. And then later on, I'm gonna have a protein shake. And then later on for dinner tonight, my hot husband's taking me out for oysters. And with the oysters, I know they also have sauteed mushrooms that are locally grown, and they're so good. And like, so protein, vegetable. So going back over to this weight stall thing, if I'm hungry, protein focus. Protein focus. We love some protein. And so truly, some people can't have a ton of protein, but for me, going up to 150 grams of protein focus per day with my calorie range has been a learning experience, which is why I've been doing the supplementation with other things, because I can't hit that easily. And I just can't sit there and have 12 ounces of chicken breast. Like, it just grosses me out. You see what I'm saying? So finding these other things, I'm incorporating that in with real foods, but it's been really, really helpful to have these supplementations through protein drinks or protein pretzels. One of my besties, David, he's amazing. It talks about how he uses things like protein chips or protein pretzels as a vessel for, I just dropped stuff, a vessel for more protein. So he'll dip it with cottage cheese. Now, I'm not a huge cottage cheese lover in that way, but you could dip, I like doing it with hummus, although hummus is not as much protein as I thought. Because of the tracking, I've learned all this stuff. I've been learning so much. I feel like this big nerd. I'm like, this is the best to learn about calorie tracking, is literally through Googling it and then keeping a calculator. I text myself. Some of you don't want that. That seems like a headache to you. Then go get the MyFitnessPal app. Go get the Weight Watchers app. Do your calorie tracking that way. For me, how I busted out of that weight stall from my calorie tracking, I busted out of the weight stall from calorie tracking. It was literally like, okay, I need to stop messing around and track for the next month, and just tell myself, I'm just gonna track for the next month. Maybe that's too long. I'm gonna track for the next week, and just try tracking and see how that goes for you. I guarantee you'll be like me if you're in a weight stall and be like, oh, a bite here, a bite here, a bite here, a bite here. It adds up. With my calorie tracking, I'm like, I'm gonna track all my bites. And then I'm like, no wonder I didn't lose weight this week. I had so many bites that equated to, how much is it for a pound? I forget now. Now I'm like literally talking about calorie tracking. How many calories is in a pound of weight? 3,500. Yeah, 3,500 is right. So bite here, bite here, bite here. In a day, if in 7 days, you divide that into that, and it's 500 extra calories, I've actually gained 1 pound. Not only did I not lose weight or stay the same, I've gained a pound through extra 500 calories. I almost said $500. So tracking this has been so helpful for me. It's like, no wonder, nothing is wrong with me. It is but a math equation. And how helpful and soothing and healing that has been on my Zepbound weight loss journey. And as I tackle the last 30 pounds, I've lost 100. I need to tackle 30 more to get to a healthy BMI. As I tackle that, this is how I'm gonna get to that point. This is where like the refinement happens, like the nitty gritty. This is where I've done a lot of work, and I gotta get down to business. And I'm okay with getting down to business on this, because gosh, the healing has been so worth it. To be able to do things like go horseback riding. I couldn't fit on a horse before because I would have crushed it. You break horses' backs that way. Wearing cute outfits. Oops, I didn't mean to have the sound on that. But wearing skirts. This was from the summer. I've lost more weight than that. My legs look better than that now. Wearing pantyhose, like all of these cool things. Now, this is part of it that I had to share with you guys. If you stayed till this part, was this shirt. I've been struggling. I've been talking about it in other videos and in my free encouragement group, which I'll link down below. This is an extra, extra large. I love this. Columbia is kind of expensive to buy too. And so I need to get rid of it, y'all. It's serving no purpose. Why am I keeping this extra, extra large? I'm a size large. Why am I holding on to it? I'm having a really hard time. Anybody, like, why am I doing this to myself? I don't know. I'm like, maybe I could cut it up and have the seamstress sew it in. No, I'm not. I just talked about how I don't have any time. No, I'm not. I need to donate it and bless somebody else with it. And you know, I've been trying to, I think some of y'all have mentioned about cost of this stuff. Thrifting is an option. I think ThredUp, they're like used clothes too. I've just found a bunch of deals on Amazon, which is why I do a lot of Amazon deals. And I'll link my Amazon deal show down below, or deal link for this week. I update it every week. And then also, I'll update my fashion haul too, of like my recent fashions I've been wearing, because I've been trying to do a lot of capsule pieces of not buying a ton of clothes. I bought a bunch of dresses recently though, and they've been thebomb.com. Amazon has been on fire with those dresses. I'll put that on the Amazon link down below. But so I wanted to tattle on myself. Why can I not donate this? I'm donating it today, by the way. You can check me and be like, Elizabeth, did you donate it? Elizabeth, did you donate it? And I'm going to. I've just worn this for so long. It's been such a comfort. I always felt cute in it. I like the way these cut on me. The tops look cute. I don't know why I'm having such a hard. Other clothing I've been easily able to donate, but this has been one of those like things of like, why am I keeping an extra, extra large? I'm a large. I'm not an extra, extra large. I'm not an extra large. I'm a large, and soon to be medium. Well, I've been a medium. I was actually starting to wear medium shirts. So even this is a little bit big. It's not as form-fitting as I would like it to be, but I do like sweatshirts a little bit bigger when it's cold and it's cold outside. But retraining my brain that I'm not these things of what I truly, really am right now has been, that's a whole other video. Okay, I hope this video has been helpful for you. Accountability question: what are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? My heart went pitter patter, by the way, where a ton of you, I forget what I said, but a ton of you, I clearly said something. I'm like, there's lurkers, the people who watch but don't comment. And so a lot of you have been like, lurker here, first time commenter, even though I've watched you for a year. I got a lot of those comments. You made my heart go pitter patter, and I want to tell you how grateful I am for you and how much I appreciate you. Also, I want to say how much I appreciate too. Let me go over real fast. I took a screenshot of it. Recently, I've been getting all of these fabulous, it's like the sweetest thing. It was a super thanks from Deborah, and then another super thanks, which by the way, we use, I'm like shooketh. So thank you, by the way, from Val's Life. So thanks, Val's Life. I appreciate you too. Like that was so sweet. And if I'm missing anybody else, am I missing anybody else? I'm looking. Val's Life. Okay, that's who it was. I want to make sure I acknowledged you and said thank you. Like don't expect any of that, but that's very sweet. Some people say, how can I best support your channel? Watching my videos, sharing them with your friends, going to my blog posts, sharing that with your friends. Literally, that's hitting the subscribe button. Like, thank you. I appreciate you. And then our community YouTube people of the day, YouTube has started this new thing with Community Spotlight. It's been switching a lot recently. So if your name is not on here, it is, oh, it's the same from it was the same from yesterday. I don't think it got updated, but it was Mindy, Thelma, Gammy, Angela, Dawn. So if your name's not on there, please don't get offended. I promise it will update at some point. And it's not personal, it's the AI of YouTube. Our emoji of the day is going to be a shirt, because I am getting rid of this shirt. It is a visual representation of me holding on to the past, and it no longer serves a purpose, and it will bless somebody else by getting a really nice fleece. This fleece is so nice. Anybody else having these? I'm like, why am I having this reaction over this dang fleece? Let it go. Let it go. I need to Elsa it. Let it go. That's for you, Danielle. Okay, sweet friends. I hope you have a great, this will come out either, or the Vegas meetup. I haven't been yet when I'm filming this. So hopefully by the time this comes out, we'll have had that. And if you did come to the Vegas meetup, gosh, I love you so super much. I'm grateful for you. My sweet friends, all of my free stuff will be linked down below, including the Zepbound checklist and the Zepbound side effects tracker. I'm going to be updating that. That's my goal for next week too. There's a couple of things I've been tracking myself that I want to tweak on it. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious. I love you guys so super much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.